Hi there, it's me, your Lavanya again. We were discussing about the verse called Unmai vilakkam, and we are going to think about or discuss about the next song today. Nyana indhiriyangal nandraa uraikkakkel migu, bootham, utru idamaa eenamaam saththaathiyai ariyum thaanam, sevi, thol, kann, aththaalu, mookku, endru. Today's song cannot be discussed independently. It has a dependency on the yesterday's song and the next two songs that we are going to discuss as well. So, in order to have a better understanding, we need to basically have a clarity about all these together, the four songs together. So, let's do a small recap of the earlier song and then we will come back to it. One thing we have to remember is these verses were written when the medical industry was very matured, but not like what we are talking about right now. When I am talking about medical industry like Ayurvedam and Siddha was there primarily to help people. So, how did they cure people? Basically, when you look at it, the significant way they were curing people is by meditative state. So, the healers will get into a meditative state, they will scan the patient and then they will treat the inner problem, not the exterior one like what we are seeing now, because the English medicines that we are talking about is if we have a headache, they are giving a painkiller for only the headache, but they don't understand what is the root cause for the headache and they don't address that. So, which means later there will be another problem that is coming up, but our Siddha or our Ayurvedam was not focusing on that. They went into the root cause, they went into the roots of the problem and they started fixing it, and for that they used meditation as one of the primary sailing boat. Now, when you look at this particular song, it gives us a very clear indication that those days they had a very clear picture. One is the outer organ and the other one is the inner organ. For example, when we see a person, we can say that they have eyes, they have ears, they have nose, but the inner organ relating to ears is not functioning. So, they have a hearing impairity. The inner organ relating to eyes is not functional. So, they have a seeing impairity. They are blind basically. So, when you look at it, some people don't have the sense of smell. Certain people cannot taste certain kind of type of taste. Why is all this happening? Because the inner organ is malfunctioning, but the outer organ is still visible. So, we are actually segregating these two, and that is what your yesterday's song and today's song is differentiating. In yesterday's song, what we were actually talking about is the inner organ. Inner organ is nothing but sound waves. Sound waves needs to be heard with the help of ears, but not the outer ear, but we are talking about the inner organ over here. Same ways we were talking about visual, which is eyes. In order to see someone, we need light. Light is the primary element to see something, which means in order for the eyes to function, we need light, source of light. Same ways taste. How do we differentiate taste? Only by the taste buds. Now, when you talk about the taste buds, that is what the element associated with that is earth. So, this is the linkage that they are looking at, and this is the linkage we are also talking about. So, for an inner organ to function, we are having the external organ to sense it, and for the external organ to function, we need to have the internal organ in a ready to be, it's in a functional state. So, readily functionable state. Now, this is what we need to have a clarity. In today's song, they are talking about the physical organs. Nyana indhiriyangal. Nyana indhiriyam means organ. Jnanam means something that is going to give us a clarity. Whatever gives us clarity is jnanam. So, jnanam means clarity. Towards what? Not the earthly ones, not the ones that we are talking about right now. I am not talking about knowledge related to electrical car, knowledge related to how to make money, knowledge relating to how to make babies. That is not knowledge. The real jnana means how to attain self-realization, because that is the ultimate objective of every single living being on this earth. End of the day, what we want is not to just die and be reborn again, but in order to reach the ultimate destination, which is realization. So, in order for attaining this jnana, we have certain organs. This is what we call it as jnana indhiriyangal. Jnanam means knowledge, intellectually fulfilling knowledge, and indhiriyam means the organs. Nandraa uraikkakkel. I am going to explain it to you. Migu bootham, utru idamaa. Oonam means there is a little bit of some kind of a disability. Some kind of a disability. We are getting into disability because of these organs. Why? We are seeing something that we shouldn't be seeing. Whole night we are watching movie. Is that what eyes was given for? We are hearing all sort of nonsense around us. Is that what ears is given for? We are not looking at the inner sense of it. We are not realizing the inner sense of it. So, the moment we start realizing the inner sense, that is the most important objective of a living being. So, migu bootham utru idamaa, eenamaam saththaathiyai. Eenam means something that is at a very lower level. What is at a lower level? When you talk about the physical body, physical pleasure, everything is lower. What is higher? Higher is always relating to self-realization. Whatever leads us to self-realization is higher. Whatever leads us to rebirth, just get stuck with this early affairs, that is going to be called as low. Now, when you talk about eenam simply means low. Something that is blocking our progress, something that is not ready to lead us to the next stage or to make us grow. That is what we call it as eenam. Eenamaam saththaathiyai ariyum thaanam sevi, thol, kann, aththaalu, mookku, endru, ari. We are talking about the 5 organs. What are the physical organs that we are having? One is ears, skin, eyes, aththaalu. Aththaalu means something that is moving. So, our tongue, which is always moving, and then nose. These are the 5 organs which is also called as pori. What do you mean by pori? Something that is trapping you. Pori means trap. So, something that is trapping us. Look at the way how they have named. Beautiful, intellectual people, we can really realize that. If you look at it, they have named it as trap, literally trap. And if you imagine, yes, it is literally trapping us. Our eyes is pulling us in one direction, our ears is pulling us in one direction, our nose is pulling us in one direction, our skin is pulling us in another direction. We are just getting bombarded from 5 different directions. That is why it is called as pori, which is nothing but simply trap. And we are getting trapped into this and this nonsense basically. Beautifully said. If you look at it, what are the physical organs? As we said earlier, it is ears, skin, eyes, nose and tongue. So, these are the 5 physical organs. Now, in the next 2 songs, we will be discussing about how these are functioning. So, yesterday we spoke about the 5 elements and how these are linked to the sense organs. Now, we already spoke about the physical organs. Tomorrow, in the next 2 songs, we will be talking about how these are going to be in relation, how is it going to be operational, how is it going to actually be functional for us. So, we are going to discuss about that. Until then, I take leave. I will come back again with the next song. Bye-bye.